I was on 6th today, right down the street from Old Block.
So this episode 105. So today's topic, we're going to talk about the big pandemic of COVID. We want to know from everybody how it affected y'all lives, the good and the bad from it. What did y'all learn about it, health-wise, being at the hospital, losing your family members. So I'll kick it off. My name is Patrick, one of the main hosts at Chicago Money and Motivation. COVID for me was like starstruck for me. Shut everything down. I was at a job for like 12, 13 years. That stopped. The money didn't stop all the way, but it paused. Couldn't go out. Felt confined to a home, not knowing for the next year or so it was going to change everything. And I think my biggest thing that I took from COVID is health. Black people, we nicknamed COVID. We started talking smack about COVID. We gave COVID a nickname. You know what I mean? It was a few names. I forgot the nickname.
Rona.
Rona. Roni. Yeah, they got the Rona. They were saying Rona, or you got that Corona. Yeah. They made fun of it, right? But not knowing that black people, we one of the people that won't even go to the hospital. Black men over 40 being stage 4 cancer, not because that they were sick. They was just blind to not go to the hospital and had insurance. So while we was making all these jokes because it hit mainstream of white people dying, right? And then all of a sudden it hit the black community hard. I'm talking about it hit it. I have a sister who say she came to Chicago from Milwaukee and she was at the hospital and she said they was just rolling them through Cook County. Yeah. Rolling them through. You know, Brenda, I'm talking about rolling them through. Cover them, rolling them. Really? Cover them and rolling them, bro. Body bags, bro. Piled up, right? But it goes down to health. Now, granted, you did have people that had good health and still passed away, right? Yeah. So don't take away from that. But a good portion of that COVID is the breathing, your lungs, right? Or like, do you take vitamins? When we talk as a kid, take your cod liver oil, right? You stop taking that. Mm-hmm. So I saw personally how it affected a lot of people I knew. Me and this brother knew somebody that caught COVID from another person's wife. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. And he passed away. Now, granted, he was a bigger guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he was healthy or not, but if we look at it in terms of America when it comes to the physique and the body and the weight all piled up, right, he was out of shape. Mm-hmm. But he passed away from that. So a lot of people caught COVID around people and they passed away. Mm-hmm. I saw one of my friends, we both know him. I think is it his parents or his both grandmothers? Both of his parents. They passed away from COVID, right? Now they was up in age. So that's like, I just want to hear people that experience as far as how did it affect y'all and how do y'all feel about it today? Because my neighbor just caught COVID and he still had the same symptoms. And we going around here every day like it's still not there, but people are still catching it. But during that pandemic, it made me realize if I cough the wrong way, I go to the hospital. Right. If I look the wrong way, I go to the hospital. Black men especially, bro, the black men passed through. It was a lot of us passing away. Because we are overweight. We eat very bad. Mm-hmm. We think soul food is good for us, and it's really not. You know what I'm saying? That's the real diabetic treatment, bro. So that's what that is.
This is my thing with COVID is because I still don't know if it was airborne or how you catch COVID. But then, like, okay, I know from like lived experience, if you catch a cold, somebody's nose can be running, and it can. I guess it could be in the air.
Sneeze.
They can sneeze. It's airborne. Yeah. But I don't know how COVID was spread.
Well, that's kind of what they were saying. Airborne. Okay. That's why you had to wear the mask.
Yeah.
It's come and spew through your spit, mucus, anything like that. That's why they want you to wash hands. Anything you touch, wear gloves.
But I don't know I don't know if I believe that. Like, what do you believe about the spreading of COVID? Because I still don't with a cold. I got lived experience with it. I'm like, shit, motherfucker sniffling and shit.
And that was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? They go side to side. The flu and the COVID, they go side to side.
But I don't think it affected. How it affected COVID hit way harder than the flu.
Yeah, it did. So you got to think about it. Did it during COVID? Why we ain't see animals dying, passing out? Why they wasn't dying? If it was airborne, why my dog still was healthy? You feel me? That's something you got to ask. You got to ask yourself. So
let's talk about it.
my thought process, because I was thinking like that. Because if you think about it, the year before, the latter part of the year, people already had it. They didn't give it a name. Like September, October to Christmas, New Year. Because we didn't hear about COVID till March. The following year.
Yeah, March.
People already had it. Sick as a dog. Only thing, I feel like it wasn't deaths. You know, people weren't, respiratory systems weren't affected like that. But, yeah, my take was, to me, you bring it here. It was brought here. Because look at where they tell us it generated from.
Right.
China.
Then, they were still in and out the United States. Next thing you know, it was in various countries, Turkey and all of that. So, I was thinking like you did. Like, why the animals not being affected? They out there in the elements more than we are.
Yeah.
They not covered. They not wearing masks. You know what I'm saying? They ain't washing hands and things like that.
Living.
You got a whole motherfucking family walking the dog with a mask
on,
but the dog ain't got a mask on.
But then, like in Haiti, right? They were saying in Haiti, the president that got took out or whatever, he wasn't for the vaccination over there, and they say little to no people died in Haiti. So
it wasn't.
I guess I'm bringing out the conspiracy.
Yeah, and Haitians did not care to take the vaccination because they was like, I mean, they believe in like natural remedies. So if you sick, your mom gonna go home and make you some ginger tea. She gonna put some lemon in it. They gonna make their Haitian remedy, and you're fine. Like I've been sick and I've gotten better based off of what my mother did than me going to the store and buying NyQuil, Dayquil, all them kind of medicine. But my mother, what she made at home. Oh, yeah, like it's this thing that we call Louis Muscatel. You would think it cures everything because that's what we use. And in our honesty, it did. Like, we strictly use natural stuff. Like, even like you would hear Haitians that say that from Haiti and they come here, the Haitian food that they cook here, that's not natural. That stuff is already put in with other stuff. It's processed. Whereas out there, it was strictly, they grew it. They grew it, and everything was just done there. They had their own farm. So yeah, Haitians did not believe in taking a vaccination.
So did you, by you being a Haitian, did you take the vaccine or you took your natural?
When they made it,
I had to, unfortunately, because where I work, they made it mandatory for us to take it.
So let's talk about this. So y'all chose that vaccine over y'all job? Cause I know my job was we had a date. We had a date.
That shit like Blockbuster video. Remember that?
So y'all was willing to take that shot, put that vaccine in. Did you take it yourself?
I took it because I couldn't. I had a family. Had a date. Plus, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. I like to come back to it. I've been to China like 20 times. So when they said that what was that wet market, I knew that was bullshit. Because when you go to China, it's not like that. And when you go to China, you see them wearing masks. They've been wearing masks forever. China, Japan, they all wear masks. So when I went there and I saw it and I come here and I'm like, oh, I got friends that live there. They was like, it is nowhere. It's bad. How they take it severely. You couldn't leave the building and everything. It was very bad. But the way they did it in America and how they make it seem like it came from China, the xenophobia, they spread that so much. And I'm like, it's not like that. And I hated that the way they pushed it to the point. I was on a trip. I was in DR. Me and the wife was in DR. And we was at a resort. And they had Chinese. We had met this Chinese couple. And they were scared to say they was Chinese and from America. They would lie and say they was from Canada.
Wow.
because
they were scared that somebody would attack them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they had pushed that narrative that bad.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was put out to create what it did with the mass hysteria.
One person come over here and give it to millions of people. I mean,
Right.
to me, on my thoughts on the shit, I feel as though it was bullshit, and I feel as though they was murdering people in them hospitals. At the end of the day,
Well,
because
that's a good take.
Now, the
It's a good take. It's
the
like-
That's a good
ventilation
take.
shit. The ventilation shit. I think that I'm not a MD. I'm not a doctor like you. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Gabby.
But just to think about it, like I had a client. She's 75 years old, and she was like, if she caught COVID, but she had her nurse come to her house and nurse her back to health. She's like, if she would have went to the hospital, it was over.
Because they wasn't.
Well, think
Just like
about
that
it.
ventilator.
That's true.
I don't know too much about it, but I think
Well,
the
think about
ventilator
it.
was
When
at fault
people
a
were
little
getting
bit.
sick, even if
And they
you
putting
didn't go
everybody on
to
it.
you didn't go to the hospital for COVID, you went in there with something else. That's what they put down if you passed on.
I don't know.
It was COVID because of that. But that didn't necessarily that wasn't the ailment or illness that you had.
Somebody told me that I don't know if it was you. I forgot who I was talking to. It could have been my sister. She said the people that stayed at home actually lived.
They did.
The people that went to the hospital,
they didn't make it.
They're the one that didn't make it. The one that was dying.
Yeah, think about what they were saying.
They said they running out of ventilators.
Right.
So from one ventilator to the next ventilator,
y'all spreading it.
Y'all spreading it.
Y'all spreading it.
And she say the hospitals was just. She say body after body in the hallways though.
Because they had the morgue is only so big. The morgue is only so big. There was nowhere to store them. They were literally just spread out in black body bags. Because, like I said, even if you did not have COVID or you did not pass away due to COVID during that time, that's what you had. Then, furthermore, just to think about everything. Remember, they were saying it was kickbacks off of that with hospitals. Yep. If you had so many patients to pass away, or like I said, those patients that did not have COVID, but since it was during that time, you passed away from COVID on that paper, you're getting X amount of dollars for them.
Yeah, it's about money.
So we already know the pharmaceutical and medical industry, they are out to make money. Yeah, that's why we got so many medications. They don't push natural pathogens because we're gonna make money. You're going to be on this. You're going to take this because this got to combat this. Okay, you taking that to combat this. Now you got something else going on.
You got to take something else. It's just an ongoing cycle.
That's why, and even with surgeries, anything like that to make money, that's what's ruling them.
So do you think that, so I'm guessing everybody at the table took the vaccine. You didn't, right?
I did. It was mandatory. I worked in the hospital.
So 4 of us took the COVID. Have y'all caught COVID after? Did anybody catch COVID after that?
I didn't
either. You did. So how did that affect you? Did it change your body and make you feel a little better? Or did it just breeze off, or was it still like?
No, it wasn't. I was down for 4 days. 4 days I was down.
So how did you think you caught that part?
So how I caught COVID?
How do you think you caught it after you already got the vaccine? Because I'm pretty sure after the vaccine you try to be careful though, right?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm always careful. I went out of town, was coming back from Texas, I believe, during that time. I was coming back in from Texas. I was at the airport, and then 2 days later I was sick. It started off with like a regular cold, and then my body just went downhill. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't, I had the worst headache. Like I couldn't even sit up. It was just that bad. And then I took the test and I tested positive for COVID. To be honest, I can't even tell you if because I took the vaccine that it kind of made the process go quicker because I was sick as a dog. So, my auntie, came to the house. She made medicine, home remedy, and that's was kind of helping me.
So you think if we would have took natural remedies more than taking that vaccine, y'all think that would have helped?
I feel like that's kind of, because I ain't take the second one. You're not finna keep telling me every year it's a new vaccine or a booster and I got to keep taking it. I'm not doing it because what was my purpose in taking this first one? If I'm taking something to combat it, baby, they better fight the Zika virus.
If y'all putting this,
take the second one. Was that your
if y'all putting this on the internet, you can't say. They gonna flag you for saying COVID. You gotta call it like the miracle shot.
Well,
that's a word. Yeah, they gonna flag you for saying COVID.
Negative. They
don't. You gotta call it a miracle shot or something. Give it another name. Because once they hit COVID and you speaking down on it, it's over with.
Yeah, I forgot about. They do demonetize.
Yeah, they definitely is gonna flag the shit out.
You speaking negative.
Well, they probably shut your shit down.
No, we go the way he had chop it up a little bit.
Say the miracle medicine. The miracle medicine.
Said it a lot.
Yeah.
Get back to the
they didn't say that. The miracle medicine. Yeah. The miracle shot or whatever.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
But okay, so the miracle shot though.
Every year now it's gonna be a booster for it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's just like the flu with the flu shot. Every year you're gonna have to take something for it.
When I knew the shit was bullshit, when they put the shit on the news, somehow African Americans are at a high risk of catching it any other way.
Yeah.
I said, this game. I said it was over with. I said, I know what it is.
That we couldn't get it.
I said it was over with.
Everybody said we couldn't get it.
That's why people were taking light of it. Next thing you know, all of these brothers and sisters
they dying.
Was testing
when
positive
I seen that,
and dying.
I'm like, I'm like, it's bullshit. And then I was just looking at a documentary about 2 weeks ago, It was a lady. Okay, so they had the vaccine that they had created, but they needed they had the miracle shot that they created, but they needed it to be tested by colored people. You know what I'm saying? Odd type people. They needed to be tested. So what they did is they sent this doctor. The scientists hired this doctor, this wannabe doctor lady, to go into the urban communities and, you know, let them know like, oh, you know, I'm a doctor, blah, blah, skipping this. I got a PhD in this and this, you know. I need you guys to come in and test this miracle shot so you know we can get this rolling so we can save lives or whatever it is. That her off top got people to go into the lab. They was flying people out into this lab and they was testing people with this miracle shot to see if it's okay to release it to the public. Yeah. You know? And I'm like, damn, that's crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh. So it's like, to me, I look at it like it was a money thing. It was all a money thing. And depopulizing the country itself.
I said another thing about the miracle shot. I knew this person. I ain't going to say who they is, but so they worked for the people that was giving out the vaccine. So their mission was every time you get somebody to take the vaccine, they got like $25.
Yeah.
So they was checking the bag. They actually worked for like let's say cause it was a place called like O'Hare or something.
Yeah.
So we gonna hire you to pretty much send all your people in to get this shot, and they was checking the bag on that. I mean that was like part of the lit money that they was getting with COVID.
I thought it was a little.
It was like $25 a person.
Because initially it was supposed to be 12, 18, 24 months before you come up with something, and when we blinked, it was.
You still don't have a long-term person who took a shot because in order to release something, you gotta be at least 5 years or whatever.
So that's what I'm saying. So from the time it kicked off to what, midsummer maybe? Right?
It was already they had like 3 different ones. And which one of them
originally they said you were putting out the 18.
So one of 3 different ones.
It was 3. And one they was talking about don't do it. It's not good.
And all the shit was the same shit. And then they had celebrities on TV taking it, getting shot out with water.
Remember, it was the one hot shot, then you had the double dose.
Right.
Yeah. All one, just one big long one, just and you're done.
All bullshit.
You know, West African countries wasn't even taking it. They was like denying them. They was pushing it back.
A lot of other ones.
But they didn't die. All the people didn't die to nothing.
So who do you think took the biggest hit? We did.
They created mass hysteria. Let's say you talk about it enough. You be in a room with enough people saying you sick. What you? Oh, I'm sick. I got X, Y, and Z. They play on your psyche. That's all how it's set up. Anyway.
Man, but you gotta think about it. When we all getting sick 2 times a year though, 2 or 3 times a year.
Pharmaceuticals, doctors.
Okay.
The United States.
But you can't. Whoever they is though, y'all never seen it.
No,
unless somebody killing somebody, you ain't never seen that massive of people dying from something that's supposed to be like a flu 2.0. You've never seen nobody die like that.
I'm gonna say this about the vaccination, or the miracle shot. You know, okay, I was talking to this guy. I was driving Uber. He get in the car. He got a cane and shit. He got a walker or whatever. And I'm like, you know how you meet somebody like they got an impairment and shit. You be like, damn, what happened? Like you see somebody with a burn on their face. You be like, what happened? You know. So I asked him like, damn, what happened? He like, man, I took that miracle shot. I got a stroke for the real shot. He's like, man, I wish I would have never took that shit, bro.
You had remember they had athletes dying from that miracle shot.
Yeah. It was a lot of people that was
I didn't know that.
Yeah, real stroke.
It was some side effects that they wasn't
not gonna
say
that.
Well, they're not gonna say it
every
because
medicine has side effects.
Yeah. But they won't put it out there because the goal was to get you to take it.
So how y'all feel about COVID in 2024?
Yeah, it's magical how it just went away. You don't hear nothing about. Remember, I used to tell you every day how many people were dying. How many?
But it's just it's the same people, the same amount of people still getting sick. It's just now the deaths is being called what they really are, either a heart disease, cancer, or you know what I'm saying, etc. That's all it is.
Them pre-existing ailments like
to be careful.
Respiratory ailments and things like that, you were going to be affected the most. You know.
I'm glad we back outside. We had that
stuff before. Man, you couldn't hold people. You couldn't hold people inside that long.
Yeah, it was bad for people. I mean, because you think about it, like you stuck in the house, that messed with your mental state.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a lot of people. The suicidal number went up because people could not sit in the house.
But then again, but then again, they fucked up because they let people sit in the house too long. People started thinking and started figuring out they was full of shit. So that's why it could never happen again. They could never pull that off again. They could never ever pull it off again. But if you think about it,
after COVID, that's when they really started talking about your mental health. Right. You know. Go see a therapist. You have all these commercials now about therapy. You know, they online, they virtual, they in person, they tele. Like, all this came out because of COVID.
And guess who was the first state that started confiscating people their money that they lost for getting terminated? New York.
New York, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about it. Everything that they did during that time was illegal. They never forced us to do it. They just put it on the media and said, you have to do this, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. We the ones that went and said, okay, we're going to do it. We didn't have to be honest with you. It was all illegal. So they never said that you have to. They saying, this is what you're going to do. This is what we recommend you to do, or et cetera, whatever it is. So all the people who lost their jobs for not taking the shot, I think New York was the first state who gave people their money back for the lost time that they took for that.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah. But it was all bullshit though, because when they was discriminating and saying, because first they went to the whites, got a high risk of catching, then they went to the Mexicans, then they went to the blacks. At the same, when they started doing that, you just started to see that it was all bullshit. But me personally, my former job, my supervisor, no, he was the engineer, the head engineer. He said his mom went in on a Monday. She was okay. She was just having shortness of breath. You know, she just wanted to know, you know what I'm saying, why I'm losing a little bit of my breath. He said, my mom was healthy. Wednesday, she was dead. My friend mom went in on a Sunday. He said she went in because she was having chest pains. He said my mom was fine, but she was having chest pains or whatever it is. They kept her in the hospital overnight or whatever it is. By Tuesday, she was dead. And he put me to the side and told me, like, man, bro, to be honest with you, man, they killed my mama. He was like, they killed her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, why you say that? And when he told me that, I thought of what the engineer said. I say, oh, now that's what it was going on. They was in there killing people. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, you had a lot of people that was real sick. And that when they went in there, you know, they probably didn't even do anything to try to help them or whatever it is.
Then you got to think about the ventilator situation. Remember, they said if you ain't at this certain level, you can't get the ventilator. You pretty much got to go sit outside.
Right. Yeah.
And just breathe on your own.
And hope you make it.
And hope you make it. Because these people right here on the ventilator, they need us a little bit more. So we go focus on them. Now, while these people sitting out here, they on their way to where they at now because they sitting around. So COVID was
And the whole time they had people visiting the hospitals. They had people visiting the hospitals that the news was putting up on the media was mainstreaming how full the hospitals was. And when they went to the hospitals, it's empty. So when they calling out the doctors and whatever it is, they like, we don't have no comment. If you don't get off our property, we're going to have you arrested. He like, man, this public property at the end of the day. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So all that shit went away. Everything gone.
I'm going to tell you what really, I think, messed it up for COVID. Not messed it up, but made it like seem like it wasn't as bad. When people were going down to Florida to party. People was going down to Texas, Atlanta. People was kicking it. They in Florida. It's
and they like
thousands of people.
All these people in
at the Super Bowl. When everybody went to that Super Bowl, all the celebrities was there with no masks. I'm like, they just throwing in your face that
and nobody got sick.
We laughed at y'all that night. Y'all really out here believing this shit, and they at the Super Bowl all kicking it.
When they caught the governor of California at a damn private dinner with no mask on, they all hanging out. They was like, dude, you the one that caused for all this.
And the mask was more harmful to you than anything.
Man. It's a lot of, you understand, money always going to be made, especially in America. Yeah. We're going to make some money. It's number one, who making the money. It's always the top three. Unfortunately.
I think, like, my final thought before we go to the next topic is, it was like to control the people. That's the purpose of it. It was to control the people. And it was like a test to see if they can get away with it. Because people the world shut down. Wasn't no traffic on the street. Wasn't nobody going nowhere. Everybody was scared. The barbershops, the businesses, everything was closed.
Cab drivers, Uber drivers, everybody stayed in the
house.
So
like, if we could pull this off, and they did, now it's like we can't go back and be like, well, we don't want this next thing. We just got to take it. Just like 9/11 was an event, COVID was an event, good or bad, how a person think about it. And the next thing, it's going to be even worse because we fell for the bait. We fell for the trick. Now it's like we stayed at home. We was off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Because of this mandate. Shit is over. And a lot of people were saying that it violated their civil rights or something like that. You know,
because you had to be in by
a certain time. We had a curfew, bro.
You can't give people curfew.
Then they was like,
it was definitely National Guard. It was definitely to control.
But y'all followed the rules too, though.
That's what I'm saying. We failed.
That's why it was in control.
I don't think it'll happen again.
Yeah, like
you don't think that
it's gonna be something worse next time?
Out there.
You gonna have to damn near have aliens invading America or some shit for that to be like. I think that
because look what's been put out there about it now.
Yeah, it's just
it's too much.
It's way too much. Do I believe COVID was real? Yeah. Do I believe we died from COVID? Yeah.
Yeah.
But do I think it was as bad as they said it was?
No.
But the numbers don't say that though.
But the numbers
say.
But where are they pulling their numbers from? You gotta think about
the hospital,
that.
Right? But see, the people, same amount of people died from the flu.
They was making them numbers.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's like 600.
Hey, you got 700 people that died of a heart attack. On paper, it says COVID. It says COVID. So that number gonna go with that anyway. So you gotta think about how they getting their numbers.
Yeah.
If your number is this,
that head count,
they gonna go.
And y'all got any COVID money left?
I need some more.
Shit,
we did.
And that was another thing. We had it.
Now you can cut this one out, bro. Like off the because it's done, bro. Listen, bro. No, this is what I'm just about to say. What you about to say?
No, is this recording?
Yeah. What
I was about to say is, in reference to the money, they did put money out there.
They pushed that money out.
They pushed it out there.
Yeah.
But they
pushed it.
They
pushed
it out there. They pushed it out there.
But you got to think about it. They had to because, first of all, when they did this, it ended up fucking them in the end run because a lot of businesses lost money. They lost millions. So you got to think about it like this. But at the end of the day, their insurance could cover all that. So what we gonna do is they had the George Floyd shit, that shit right there, whatever they call that shit. So people started uniting. Yeah. People started coming together, and they was out there breaking in these stores or whatever it is, taking everything out these stores or whatever it is, looting and shit. Which the stores eventually ended up getting their money back. So then again, they see people uniting. So they like, man, fuck it. Release this money to these people. Let them get this money so that way we can get them all to divide again. Because once you get, especially in the urban community, you get people money. Yeah. Oh, it's over with. Everybody get into it. Yeah. Ain't nobody finna be happy. Everybody finna go buy this. He finna go buy that. He finna be mad at him buying this. We finna go buy the top-notch guns. I dare motherfucker look at me wrong. Now the war back started. Yeah. Because when the George Floyd shit happened, everybody was happy. Everybody was together. When nobody beefing, nobody nothing, man, we out
and
here.
It was like one thing after another that kept happening. That kept everybody together.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe they had to get that money out because they couldn't let you be broke and in the house.
That's because what was your next move gonna be?
You already know I'm not gonna be broke and starving in the house.
Shit,
I'm going to somebody's house.
And I got nothing but time on my hands. And guess what, baby?
I can make a whole plan. I'm sitting at home.
And guess where I'm about to go?
Right. If they ain't got it,
somebody
got it. I know who got it.
That's somebody got it.
I will say this: the years of COVID and getting that money for a lot of people, it was a lot of happy time for people.
Yes.
A lot of people never seen all that money at one time. Mm-hmm. Some people actually needed that money too.
Yeah,
a lot of people folded on the money, tricked their bag off with the money. Now they back fucked up with the money because they never really had a hustle to themselves. Right. You know, I know a few people who got the money and they come around me. They was, I don't fuck with you and this and that. Damn, that's
but
how you feel. I've been
getting
to the money for years, so it's like, no worries, right? Now this person, let me tell you, he fucked up now. He down bad because that COVID money ran out.
Right, and then
but they did something to them though. They wanted to push all that money in, and guess what? Guess what we did?
We took it.
We took it, but then we pushed it, put it right back.
Unemployment money and shit like that.
We did a lot. We didn't even. They wasn't even smart about
Amazon, man.
Amazon $8
billion.
They made a killing.
And when Fashion Nova rocketed around that time too, didn't it? Fashion Nova rocketed around that time.
All them damn streaming services made a killing. They came out of nowhere.
And they was dropping their prices to $1.99.
Because you sitting at home.
Hell yeah, you got choices now.
Because it was only like Netflix.
And now if you think about it, now you're looking at the prices. Like Netflix went up to like $16. Hulu went up to like 15. Yeah. Like now the prices are going up.
It's damn.
They gotta recoup now.
They knew what it was. We're gonna get you on $1 and then come back in.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun on that topic. And that's the way it's supposed to end. Like, you still want to talk about it. Still want to talk about it. Y'all done? Get to the next one. Did y'all see when Kevin Gates was at a concert and old girl came up on the stage and he spit in her mouth?
No.
Hell no.
So the conversation is...
See, if they don't know about it, you got to show them to them.
They know what it is.
I don't
know what it is.
They don't know.
So the topic is the over-sexualization, I guess. I don't know. So for Kevin Gates is bogus. But the topic is over.
Kevin Gates is bogus. She came up on stage and allowed it.
To me, so you got the thing like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you a freak? And a lot of people say 10. Like my number is low. You know what I'm saying? My diabetes number is low. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, though.
I know, right?
That's the thing, though. It's like if you a freak, if your freak scale is a 10,
20.
Right.
If your freak scale is a 10, then that's something that a person, that's something that they'll do. They spit in their mouth, eat booty, and shit like that. That's like on a 10, right? Come on now, bro.
I'm listening. I'm
But ain't nobody. You gotta show on the video, bro. You not really. You like.
So what's the conversation?
Yeah, we don't understand what you're trying to get to, bro.
So he did that publicly. So I think he a slime ball. And then Lil Boosie, he was on this show called 20 versus 1, where you got 20 girls and then you got one dude. And they was asking him what type of women he like, and he was like, I like a woman that I could break her heart. And I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put both of these
videos,
the clips in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I like a girl that I can break her heart, and she'll keep coming back. I like a girl.
So he like a dummy.
Yeah.
A doormat.
But it's like somebody's doing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But for him, I think he's a slime ball. For even wanting a woman like that.
So he don't want a woman that can think for herself.
He wants somebody he can control.
He can control.
He want a doormat.
He want a woman that wanna keep coming back. Like,
that's he want a doormat. Yeah, he want to control.
So, what do you guys think about?
Because what gratification you get from that, from somebody that you misuse, abuse, and mistreat.
Yeah, he's misusing.
But
and if that's what makes you look like a man, then you.
What's your issues? Let's get to the root of it.
Right, but
he got some
serious problems.
It's like, okay, my other point is like celebrity culture, because I said we're going like kind of pop a little bit. Celebrity culture, like how could Boosie be able to say that shit publicly? How could Kevin Gates be able to say that publicly and not get canceled? I don't fuck with Kevin Gates.
Because people do it in private more.
They do it in private. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Guys done spit in their girls' mouths privately.
I've never done no shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's weird, bro.
I don't know about that, bro.
It's like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, that's how you feel.
But then when you in your own house between you and your person, but to do it publicly,
I know. But even privately is like creeped out to me though. So.
I mean, it is, but but to each his own. But it's not being public, so they're not putting it out there.
But you gotta understand too, society, there's no shame anymore.
There isn't.
There is no shame.
So since there's no shame,
you can do whatever.
Everything.
Everything.
But to spit in a girl's mouth, like he don't have no respect for himself.
He don't deem that. Apparently, he didn't deem it derogatory, and neither should she, because she allowed it. Because my issue wouldn't be with him; it would be with her. That's something that he gonna do and used to doing, and she was the willing participant. Not to say that he innocent, but my blame on you, shorty, because you went up there to allow him to do it so that you can get some clickbait likes and whatever else.
Oh, yeah,
her 30-second of fame. Her 30
but nothing's off limits.
I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. I was flying out. It was a chick in a bikini at the airport flying out.
Damn.
With a sarong.
God.
You don't land on the
that.
beach. You don't let. There's no shame.
She got a jacket on, no shorts, no
bikini.
Yeah.
With the flip flops, like she at the beach.
But look what they putting out there.
Walking through the airport.
But they push this. In today's society, we have made it.
We ain't got no standards.
Exactly.
There's no standards.
Everything goes. Okay, so let's talk about
it. What on a scale of 1 to 10? How freaky are y'all? I'm like a 2. Like I'm like basic. I'm like regular.
But you can't say freaky. You gotta. It's more.
That's what they say on the internet, bro. That's what they understand.
But between you and your girl, that's y'all business. Whatever y'all do,
that may be normal.
That's y'all. Whatever y'all do.
To me, it's more like your sexual preference of the things to do. Not like freaky.
What the hell you want her to do?
Yeah, because it's not considered freaky no more. It's just your sexual preference, bro. You gotta make it a little. It's like my sexual preference, like. What is off limits? Like, so if it's 10
now that's a better question.
10 top things, bro. Yeah. I'm good with 9. That other one I'm not gonna do it. So I'm a 9 out of 10, bro. I got this 1 through 10. No, I do the 9. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that.
I'm just asking, bro.
So let me ask you this. That is personal, bro. You ever had a threesome, bro?
Yeah.
Then you can't be at it too.
That's not freaky.
That is. That's
you, baby, but not you, bro. Them that may be freaky.
Yeah.
This nigga say that's not freaky, bro.
That's real.
Why? That's not a 2.
We do that on Tuesday.
If you had a threesome, if you and your girl have threesomes, whether y'all do it one time,
I want to know what he doing.
That's not a 2.
With them 2 that you added 2.
Now that's one thing about me. Like on some real shit though, I wouldn't have no threesome with my girl. I couldn't do it. I feel as though that's what you got side chicks for. You can do all that shit with side chicks if you travel, whatever it is. But me personally, that's my opinion though. I couldn't bring nobody else in the room with me and mine. Okay. That's how I feel.
But you ain't gonna be at a number 2 though, bro.
He done changed his 2. Cause there's no way I'm at a 2. Me and 2 chicks. We at a 2. What's y'all ring book?
From what I hear, that'd be nice. But from what I hear, from what I hear and what people were talking about on the internet, it'd be like a lot going on in the bedroom. It's like I ain't kind of with none of it.
I know an individual, right? Individual. I was with somebody.
Again, it's with the person that you with.
Yeah.
Because women will do the most for you.
Right, because they think they're pleasing you.
Because he's pleasing you for just for you.
Just for
like,
that
some women be like, oh, I have never tried it with this guy, but for you,
I'll do it.
I'm about to let you spit in my mouth. So that's probably where that comes from.
Yeah.
And I don't think like every woman has a different guy that'll do certain shit. They don't bring it out of that person.
That's just like you are not the same person you were with somebody else previously.
Yeah.
Certain people don't bring them things out of you.
And they don't allow it either.
They may not be, comfortable in being feminine, whereas another guy, she can be completely herself, or vice versa.
But you being a number 2, bro.
But it's like
Tuesday, bro.
I'm thinking logically.
2 motherfuckers only touching titties.
He asked the first, and I touch your face.
That's dead. You might get that 3rd class. That's a little like we 14.
Yeah, you bumping and grinding with clothes at number 2. You doing zipper to zipper, baby.
Suck on tits.
Okay, he holds hands and shit at number 2.
Like sucking on a girl's toes and stuff like that. That's like normal.
It depends on the person.
Bro, but you with 2 other people. Okay, pause.
It's number 2. We talking to a number 2 when it comes to sexuality.
But the stuff that he's saying and his number he coming up with, I disagree.
I don't do that.
Well, okay.
I don't do that.
You still not at number 2. That's what we try to get you.
I want to know what they doing though. This is a real ass question.
All right, this
I'm
question
dead serious.
Don't ask me the question.
Yeah, no, we asking you.
You stuck on this number 2.
So ask him, bro.
This is the question I gotta ask you. Everybody different. Everybody got their levels, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, threesome is no big deal to you, correct?
Right.
All right. But sucking toes.
Well, not like with my girl. Though, you know what I'm saying?
But sucking toes, you draw that line, right?
He ain't doing it.
It's like, what do a woman get? I think logically. What do a woman get out of it?
It depends on that woman.
What's the purpose of it?
That might be
her what they call it, eating butt or something like that. What's the purpose? Like, they say that comes like standing. That comes standing on the car. You know what I'm saying?
He said stand up.
You gotta stand standing. Like it's like
younger generation.
You know what I mean?
Man, younger generation.
I mean,
they doing
it right.
There's no limit with them.
Bro, the younger generation
like that shit got turned up, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Young generation, nothing's off limits.
Well, nigga, we the wrong generation then.
I swear to God,
you gotta go hit them young.
Them young generation.
I'm with them.
Get you a little doodle chip.
I'm going with you. You go, I go. You go, I'll go. That's
part of the number 10.
That's exactly.
But
bro, this is my thing, bro. Since we on that, bro, you're
dead, bro.
We good, bro? Mm-hmm. Okay. So me and you have both been to a place out of the country together, correct? Mm-hmm. You have been there. You're not a 2, bro. You're not a 2, bro.
Nah, bro. I don't do toes. I ain't licking no ass, bro.
Okay.
I ain't put my finger down her throat, bro. It's like I ain't pissing on her.
That's some new shit.
Bro,
hold on, bro. You know a lot of stuff that's going on, man.
I ain't never held no finger down your throat.
He's trying to COVID clickbait us. To give us some new shit, bro.
I watch the movies. So
why you ain't? So you trying to learn some new
things, bro? It's an algorithm. It's this. I don't want to see all that. You know what I'm saying?
That can't go on TikTok, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I think it goes down to everybody's sexual preference.
I agree.
High or low.
I agree.
Or wherever you at. The stigma of what everybody is going through it, say licking ass or having oral sex. Everything is just different.
Your person. Everybody ain't getting the same.
Because you can have a girl do the complete most. But with that other dude, it was like, she don't even want to. When it has sex, the lights got to come off. But with this guy, cut the lights on. I'm taking this off because he made her feel comfortable as a woman. He didn't shame her. I knew a girl who, she used to be like, always keep her clothes. And I used to be like, why you like that? She said, because the last dude I was with was body shaming her.
Damn.
So while he was body shaming her, it raised the insecurity. So when she get to the next person, if that guy don't make her feel secure, she ain't going.
Because he was insecure.
Yeah, because he was insecure. So now I'm coming to make you feel secure.
So now you comfortable.
But you got to chisel the way.
Yeah, you got to chisel the way with it. So that's where that comes from. Yeah. So like these guys now, they talk about all this, like all that nasty stuff you were just talking about that we knew nothing about.
Like finger down.
Yeah, like we knew nothing about that. The algorithm pulled up.
Get down the throat.
But he
But he's at number 2 though.
Girlfriend number 2.
But where that comes from though is people watching stuff on TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Movies, porn, word of mouth.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Comparing
the wildest shit. So I'm watching TikTok and they doing this interview with this porn chick. And she's like, yeah, the wildest thing I did was this dude was fucking me in the ass and he peed in my ass. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's like a 10. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm like,
no, that's different though.
I
don't know, but she was like, it made me, it's like an enema. It gave her an enema pretty much. And then she messed up the whole scene. But I was like, how did we get there?
Right.
Like, who is it? Who said, I need that for a shot?
Little 2 girls, 1 cup.
It's over extreme. It's like,
just too much.
Everything's like
it's
this.
Just now
the industry
but
she
that's
in.
the norm now.
That's
right.
the industry she
20
in.
20 years ago, Kevin Gates couldn't have spit it.
But that's the industry though. Think
that's
about
what I'm saying. He spit it
how it evolved. How from porno back in the day to now.
And it's like, okay, he do it. We can do it.
So now every girl saying, "Hey, you gonna spit in my mouth tonight?" What?
That's like Shorty.
Because Kevin Gates said that spitting in a complete stranger mouth is okay. That's like I heard somebody say, man, my girl, I got in the tub and she peed on me. Where did that come from?
R.
That's some
Kelly.
Kelly.
Wait, we ain't never heard about nobody wanting to pee about
Okay,
nobody, bro.
I ain't
The
never
golden
heard that
shower, bro.
shit.
I ain't never heard of. I know it's called the golden shower, but then I done heard somebody like, so you okay with some urine getting?
But that's because that's what an artist did it, or somebody put it out there.
They call a 10, though. That's what I'm telling y'all.
Well, that's different.
Well, that's what we would call a 10. No, let's just be honest. That's what we would call it. That's what we would call a 10. For that person, that might not be a 10 for him. Right. You got to think of the person. You got to think of the person that's doing it.
Yeah, that may be a Tuesday.
What you mean by that?
You got to think
like a porn star. That's entry level.
That's nothing.
That's entry level. Like,
Right.
That's stuff that they talking about. That's entry level.
So
You got to think of what's it called? The
bondage.
When you
BDSM? Yeah.
Damn, she
And
said
they got
that
them
kind of quick.
Nigga, you like you don't know the acronym.
I didn't know the acronym.
You did know the acronym.
Let's talk about it later.
Van,
So,
come on. Because we about
What
to
I'm
get 'em.
saying is, it depends on the person. Like, it depends on that individual.
No, we're talking about on a scale of 1 to 10, how freaky are you? 1 to 10. This is a universal scale. This
No,
not.
it's not a universal scale. It's not.
Because
It's
what I
not.
would do for
It's
one
not.
guy don't mean I'm gonna do that for the
Thank
next
you.
guy.
No, I'm
So
just
it's
talking
not a
about- I'm just talking
universal
about
scale.
In general,
It's not a
what's
generality.
so say how
What's
freaky
your
are you with that one person that you'll do anything with? That's your number.
You don't know until you get to that person.
guess.
And we don't know what's in the 10, right?
Yeah, like you don't know
The
what
10 is
motherfucker may
what
bring
we've
out
been
their
talking
bed.
about.
No,
Right,
but
you may have a
we ain't doing none of
conversation.
that.
He going
So you went out
you like, no,
Right, that
okay,
10
let's
got some shit.
You still talking about you and you.
Right.
Right, that motherfucker. Let me wrap you up with this
That
garbage.
That sound like that's what
man.
team is.
He got some other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the person. But again, when you sit down with your partner, you having that
It
conversation.
depends.
That would be like,
whatever
okay,
in that
what's
little
comfortable
repertoire.
for
They
you?
10 may be
Because the
going
new
all the way,
thing
but
now,
we don't know
niggas
what
getting
they
their
do.
ass licked. The
That's
females
what I'm
getting
saying.
their
No,
ass.
it's different.
But it's
The
a
scale-
celebrity.
The scale is
They need
different.
the
bro.
ass.
Idol,
Right,
celebrity.
that's what we just
I'm
said.
talking about on a
Celebrities,
massive
they
level,
guys,
on a
though.
world
I never
level.
heard
I
that
read-
shit.
I ain't in the world. I don't care what the world doing.
No, what's that chick that make the song? Eat the ass like groceries. What's the fucking name?
Sexy Red or something.
No,
Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
Cardi
No,
B.
it wasn't.
Or was it
Cardi.
Megan?
It was the chick that married to Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know you're talking
Oh,
about.
Janae.
Yeah.
Janae,
Yeah, she said gotta
Janae.
eat the
Yeah,
booty
she
like
gotta
groceries.
eat the booty like groceries.
And everybody saw
I ain't
it.
never heard that
And
shit
everybody,
before.
and that's
Everybody-
became
She got a whole lot of cryptic messages in her song.
Well, I don't know really.
And
Somebody say,
everybody
yeah.
is, and
She
it
got a
became
whole
a
lot of
thing.
messages.
So again, it took for one person to put it out there,
Mhm.
tried it, and now everybody's like, "Ooh, let me try it."
So you think we more of a followers than leaders then?
A lot.
You gotta think about celebrities these days is like majority people gods. They
Yeah.
worship them.
Man.
They'd rather take advice from them
That's whack.
than somebody who's been on this world for 80 years. Like my grandma like 82 years old. Joe, my grandma could look at me and tell me what I'm going through. I can sit down, shit, look, I have a conversation, say a couple sentences. Yeah, that's because you this and this. She know.
Yeah.
So a motherfucker, I was looking at a video with somebody, and the female was she was looking at the video. So it was a dude from the actual country who was speaking upon this country. She like, all I know is he could be making anything up. So the next video, a celebrity was speaking on the same thing the person who lived in the country was speaking upon. Then it got her attention. I'm like, you ain't give a fuck what this motherfucker said who from that country. But when you saw a celebrity do it, it got all your attention. You started looking up shit, whatever.
That go back to the miracle shot. If once the celebrities start taking the miracle shot,
Yeah.
but that's why
they were targeted for marketing.
To me, Black started taking it when they seen Obama take it.
Yeah.
And he really probably, I don't even
He could have took.
But when he took it, everybody lined up and took
Because
it.
they had
Everybody lined up and took
doing
it.
it.
Yeah. He took
Yeah,
it, go
they did.
take it, then Jesse
I was like,
Fax said,
I don't know.
go do
That needle looked like it retracted. I don't think it went in the song.
Fuck
That's
up
why I
out of
don't
here.
think he took it.
But just the whole point, like you said, celebrity thing. Nobody was talking about Dubai. So all these black celebrities are going to Dubai.
Started going to Dubai.
Nobody was talking about none of that stuff.
And to be honest with you, if you fuck
So basically,
Dubai,
what you
come to
saying that black
Chicago.
people we make other people rich.
All the time. We are the number one. We are the trendsetters for the world.
Yeah.
And they getting shit in return.
Never. All we get is, all right, thank
No
you.
ownership.
Get up out of here.
That's just like Umar was just speaking upon the 50 when they made 50. It just hit 50 years last year. Hip hop. He like 50 years of hip hop that we created and we still run today. And we ain't got a hospital.
Nothing.
We ain't got an institution. We ain't got no schools. We ain't got
no
nothing.
pensions for
not a damn workers. Thing. All the money go to the edge.
You got an NBA player begging to get signed for 10 days
so he can get his 10 years
of health insurance. Yeah, it's different, bro. It was somebody else.
Millions.
I would have signed him real quick.
But guess what, though? Insurance. These same motherfuckers who won't put shit into the communities, into the urban communities, or anything to even help. I ain't even talking about the adults, because when you talk about putting back into the communities, fuck the adults, the kids, man, the children, because they the future. When they in a jam, guess who they come to? They come to us. Yeah. Like, for example, when Monique was talking about that $500,000 that Netflix offered her, she came to the poor people who ain't never gonna probably see a $500,000 ever in their life. I need y'all to boycott. I need y'all to stop supporting them. Bitch, beat it. Go talk to them rich motherfuckers and ask them to boycott. We ain't got that type of money, motherfucker. Motherfucker offered me $500,000 to make a film, whatever. Bitch, I'm taking it. You worried about, they give Brad Pitt this and this and them, and fuck them. Give me that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to flip that, bitch.
Yeah. But you gotta
That's what they do.
You gotta understand too. Black people, we are here for now. We don't think about futures.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing, because when you look at it, good example. How many NBA players came from the neighborhood, came from the block, and then they will look the same? And then you see them driving a $2 million car. Like, dude, you could have. And then you see people come from other countries. Like, what's that comedian, African comedian?
Michael Blackson. A fake ass African motherfucker.
Well, he put a hospital in there, put a school back home. That's a goddamn comedian. You trying to tell me you couldn't buy this, couldn't make your neighborhood better? At least have a school. If you are a basketball player or whatever, have a school to show. Or at least they don't even have damn. They don't even have damn basketball courts.
But I think
they don't even own no basketball
courts. Soccer fields.
But you know, I think that come from us always known to be selfish to each other. And then I'll give you an example. So just say it was a black millionaire and a white millionaire, and they both play for the NBA. So the white millionaire, they was talking to him. They was like, "Oh, no, I didn't get my mom no house. I didn't buy my mom no car. They already had it already."
Gotta get that money what I'm talking about? Yeah, gotta get that money up.
Yeah. So the black people, we gotta get that money up. You need a car. You need a house. You need to start your business. You need to open up a building. And you need to do something. So now all this money going out. This the black dude, because look where he came from.
Right.
But that white NBA player, his name was Kyle Korver. He said that he didn't have to do nothing. He said, "No, I didn't give my mom no money. They didn't ask me for no money. They already had all of this." That's how that goes from right there. So the black people, we already coming in rich in debt, like we owe everybody.
Yeah.
You don't owe everybody, bro.
Not owe,
if my financial situation get rich, everybody can't come with me on that ride. My close people, they could come with me for that ride. But black people feel,
I want you to be obligated. Right. I feel like they feel like they are obligated to take care of those people, take care of these family members, because
but you're not obligated to
right.
take care of them.
That's what I'm saying. You're not.
But that's it comes from us not teaching us. Yeah, that's why you put that out there. So now it's like, hey, I'm strong. I'm big neighborhood now, because guess what? I fed you. Now worship me, right? But it goes back to the parents. This white person, not saying they better than us or none of that stuff. We just have different structures of it. My mama and them don't want nothing from me. But I just bought my mama a $500,000 house. Your mama should have already been in position
can't pay the utilities,
to have that
can't pay taxes.
Look, if I buy a house, you said in my house. You my mama. I'm not getting a small house.
But you know why we do that though?
You people just get a little piece in the back.
That's because we seen the celebrities do it. You seen that celebrity, now you get your chance. You better do the same thing or whatever it is.
We don't.
We don't live together. We don't stay together to work together to band together.
Because the Indian, they don't have babysitters. They grandma or they mama watch their kids.
They do.
They all about that. They all about networking, working together. So now you saving money right there.
Right, ain't paying no babysitter, ain't paying daycare.
Everybody, look, I raised you up. Now you take care of me.
Yeah. Why
and that's a good
thing. A lot of people here, like I was speaking to a Guatemalan dude from Guatemala, and he was telling me when I came here, this was the first time I seen people put their parents in nursing homes. He say over there it's mandatory. We have to take care of our parents when they get ill. It's no sending them to nursing homes and trusting these people to take care of your loved ones or whatever. He like, how can I come to a country who got so much wealth and you put the person who raised you and gave birth to you in a nursing home?
And if you think about it, a lot of people that come from like the different country, they come out here. When they see how out here live, they rather go back home. They will go back home and be like, y'all can have this. Yeah. Like, this is what I came to see. No, because they don't know how to. Yeah. We don't know how to actually be a family here or work together. Back home that's what they do. Like my grandmother, when she came out here, when my mother was living, she came out here. She was here for a year, and every day God gave her breath. She wanted to go back home, and they sent her back home. And mind you, Haiti had this issue, but she said, "I'd rather deal with that than deal with the shit that y'all got going on here."
Crazy. It's crazy.
Because just by coming out here, you taking time off your life.
You got 3. It's working in the house, not having enough money to pay your bills. Performance-based metrics at work. Like, like when you go to McDonald's and you in the drive-through and you pulling up, they're like, wait.
They make you go back. Then
they make you go back for that time. I can't stand
it.
Yeah, make sure you get that car count. Get that car count.
Yeah, the pros and cons.
Yeah, you a doctor now, Dr. Gabby, Mr. Haitian, Mrs. Haitian,
Mr. Haitian.
Yeah.
What are the pros of college, and what are the cons? Because like one of the things I wanted to know is with these sororities and stuff like that. There's a lot of people coming out and saying that. Yeah, and those are like cults and stuff like that. But that ain't what I wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm. I do want to talk about the pros and cons of college. So by you being a doctor, Dr. Gabrielle, you feel
I'm sick. What do I need?
I'm not MD. Okay?
I'm not feeling too good.
I'm a psyche.
Yeah.
Psychological.
You need some medication.
Can I get some Oxycontin?
You need some
we need that. I know she got the pop.
I'm a 10 now.
Yes.
That went up quick.
That went up real quick. That's a jump scare. From a 2 to a 10.
Like, damn. No.
He went all the way up. He went.
I swear to God, I'm a 10, baby. I said earlier in that video. I didn't know. Oh my God, dude.
That was a good one.
I will say this about the pros and cons of college before the doctor get on here. A lot of people that went to college are not in their field right now.
That was coming out.
100%.
That's one of the cons.
That is one of the cons.
It is.
And on top of that, I know a person that owe $140,000 in school that never got their degree and make minimum wage right now.
How?
Oh, you good? You can do it.
Make minimum wage.
It's like $19, $20 an hour. This is minimum wage now.
And they
minimum wage is like 15, ain't it?
So they make 17. Okay, a few points above that, right?
Yeah.
They make minimum wage. They owe about $140 in college.
$140,000
in college. So never finished, got their degree. Because you got to think 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Much money.
Because you got to think 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was $20,000 a semester. And you steady going a semester, you go on the books, and then what did we mess up at? Getting the loans.
When you get that financial aid,
guess what? We were not taught properly. We were not told. We were
pay for them books. Quit jagging that money off on restaurant food.
Or if you took that money that you took, that you got back as a check, you should have gave it back.
And I feel like, but we weren't set up that way. Like now, I feel like they have a better advantage. Like with me, when nobody's sitting you down talking about finances, you know, like she said, when you get them loans, whatever it's paying for, that check, you send it back. Don't go blowing it. Don't go doing this, that, and the third. Work towards it.
But my folks be needing that check though, bro.
I understand that, but at the end of the day, you need it. But now you still gotta pay for it. It's on your credit report.
Unless you work for like a public service and you apply for that forgiveness loan. A lot of people did get it. Let's just be honest. A lot of people loans have been forgiven. But you had to put in so many years, and you'd have to pay so much of it back to get it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
like with that, they had to pay 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
Or you did whatever it was times.
And you had to work
in all type of interest. How you gonna give a college student interest?
Social service, or you had to do something that was public service, and they'll ask for your loan to be forgiven.
Yeah.
So if you went into business and you took out $300,000 loan, you was just about to pay. You gonna pay that money back or that's just gonna be on your credit.
But if you took out $300,000,
that's overkill.
Whatever type of
nobody's taking that much out.
But whatever type of field you went into, you should be able to pay that back. $300,000, you should be
no. You got to
think about you should be a lawyer. You should
something
be
like that because your loan payment $1,000, $1,200 a month. Who coming out paying that with a mortgage? Right.
Minimum.
Who doing it?
Because that loan, baby, that payment. Oh my goodness.
You got the lease. Well, you got 100-some thousand with that compounding interest every day.
Yeah.
You would have to come with like $25,000 a year. Yeah. Just to try to knock it down.
Yeah. You're gonna have to really.
Because you got a lot of interest in it, right?
Interest is ridiculous.
Throughout the years, you accumulating interest even when it's in deferred. You still accumulating interest. So that money don't go away. Like, so for me, pros and cons for me. I grew up in a house where education. My mother pushed education, right? So, but me and my little brother is the first to actually complete our education all the way through. Like my older siblings, my brother stopped at high school. My sister stopped at some college. But me and my little brother, I was the first to get my master's. Then my brother followed me. I started my PhD program first, and then he followed. He graduated first because I took time off, and then it was me.
Okay.
So, but in my family as a whole, we are the first 2 doctors in our family.
Okay.
So education was pushed for us because we didn't know anything about trade, going to a trade school or whatever. It was get your education, finish school, get you a job. Now, I agree. A lot of people do not land in their field. When I was growing up, when I was in college, my mother wanted me to go into nursing. I didn't care for science, right? Science was not my thing. Growing up, I said, I want to be a pediatrician. But then as I got older, what caught my attention was psychology. Okay. I was focused. I really was like infatuated with how the mind works and how people think and process and all that. So that's what I ended up gearing towards that. Luckily, I ended up in my job that I'm currently doing deals with my degree. But not everybody, like they say, like you got people that go for a doctor of philosophy. What you doing with that? And I'm not saying like that in a bad way, but but here's the thing. The good and bad when you have your degree. Certain job, because you have that status, they have to pay you at that status, right? They have to bring you in at a certain amount because your name carries. Versus you got someone that's just a regular college student, you're not gonna make what, depending on what job you go to, they can't match you, right? If I would have to do it over, I'm not going to say I would not go back. I wouldn't have gotten my PhD because this is something that I wanted to do. I paid my way through school. Like, when I started my PhD program, after my first year when my mother passed and I lost my scholarship, I didn't take no more loans. I literally dropped my tuition money faithfully to finish my degree. So that's because this is something that I want. Now with my son, I'm not going to force my son. If college not for him, you ain't got to go to college. But I'm going to show you how to do a trade. You're going to learn something. And in all honesty, going to trade, a lot of kids, like even the kids that I mentor now, I speak on them like, go to trade, do a trade, because you're going to come out making more money with a trade out the door. Even while you're doing your program, they're going to put you in a job where you're going to be making money versus you going to school for 4 years and then now you're waiting to get a job and they hope that somebody pick you up.
And you got student loans on top of that.
And you got student loans.
Because there's some jobs.
You got to pass the test.
I just saw this thing about middle class people showing how to get free bachelor's degrees. Because they was seeing their kid before they turn 18. They're signing their parental rights over to their grandma who's not working.
We went to college with somebody like that.
And I didn't know that. Yeah. Of course I wouldn't know that.
They weren't talked about.
They weren't talked about. They were like, you're going to pay it back.
And she was literally the only person that we knew that did that.
See what I mean? So what it is before you turn 18, you're not an adult.
Right.
Okay. So what you do is you assign your parental rights over to someone who's like retired, like a grandma, who's not making any money. Yep. They will qualify for low income, and then they get the government to help them with
the bulk of that money.
The bulk of that money to pay for it. For the college degree.
And it's not the like the loans that you take out. It's like grants.
It's grants.
So you turn your parental.
You'll sign your rights over to your
grandma.
Income, retirement, something like that. Like they could just be getting Social Security.
But giving them that.
Right.
Right. So it's like I was looking at. I'm the type of person I look at a lot of documentaries. I was looking at a documentary. So during the civil rights movement, right, when blacks supposedly was fighting for equal rights, which I feel as though was bullshit. So back in those days, black people had their own baseball league, basketball league, the Harlem Globetrotters. You know, education was free at that time.
Yeah,
they was not paying for education. So the thing about what the documentary was saying is, what the fuck was they marching for? What rights is it that y'all needed and y'all had everything? They had the trades. They was doing all the building. They had all the trade schools in the urban communities. So, dude, the point he was making was, what was the purpose of you all marching for? What rights did you want?
They was burning down, and they was burning everything down, taking everything down, just like with 1921, 1922, the Oklahoma thing. They took everything. That's what they was really marching for.
They was
everything was segregation. And then how can you empower somebody? I can't. You gonna kill my pig, so I can't get no swine, right? So I got to go shop at the white person's market. So it's more of a segregation fight. I'm more than anything. Because remember about the first black girl that's equal right, the first black girl that sat down at the school. They not saying that, hey, we dumb over here, but just as y'all getting good education from these good teachers, we want that too. So I kind of get what you're saying. I think it was more or less of we want just as much.
It was more like integration to me.
But in the 1920s, right, when they did, which Black Wall Street was one of the very minimum communities they did bomb, we still found a way to get back on our feet. We had hospitals. We had grocery stores.
Yeah.
We had schools. Well, HBCUs. We had all this.
HBCUs are started by white people.
A lot of people like HBCUs.
HBCUs is not.
I understand that though, but we had our own everything. So what I'm saying is this:
but having it and keeping it was
two different things.
I feel like
so if you got a bank, they're like this. You got your education. You got everything. You got your certifications and everything. If I don't hire you, it doesn't fucking matter.
It don't mean nothing.
So I got all this stuff, but you're not gonna hire me. What does it matter?
So that's just like, for example, right?
Equal rights. That's
when you had, for example, Tyler Perry. He had everything. He had it all, or whatever it is. He didn't need these motherfuckers. He chose to cross over and go to these motherfuckers and make a deal with them, for maybe for distribution reasons, to make his shit go mainstream. And but you have
your don't people. Have it all.
But listen, hold on. Didn't we just make a point in the last one we did about how this world run off our dollars?
Yes.
But
we are controlled. We are controlled. Right. He can have all the movie studios in the world. If I can't put it out,
it doesn't mean nothing. Because you need them somehow to put it out there.
It's just like
we do it with ourselves.
Well, no, it's just like when the movie come out, they be like, it's only gonna be played here, and here. Right. They're not gonna play it over there, right? It's just like when you got a lot of black cinema come out, right? Yeah. It ain't played in pay-per-view. It ain't played in some. It's only played in certain places where they deem that they're gonna make their money from. But when a white movie come out,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But when we, for example, if we twerking, for example, twerking started from a black person.
Of course,
they started twerking, and what a white person did.
She tried to.
That's why I'm gonna say a white person, YT, a smart person. They took it and trademarked. They trademarked it. So
it's derogatory when we do it, but it's something fascinating, newfound when they do it.
So have y'all seen the Chinese hip hop?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Zumbawalkies, or what is it called? The
Jabberwockies.
They got. You know how long they've been in Vegas?
Oh man, years.
But do y'all know how they dance?
It's our stuff.
Yeah.
They was able to monetize off of that, right? So that's what it is as far as we say the ownership and really back to the 1920s and what we don't have. Think about what, like, I've watched just yesterday these guys from hip hop. I mean, they dancing just like us, for us, by us, right? But you won't see a dime of that money.
Not at all.
You won't see a dime of it. So that's really, you know what I'm saying? The bad part of it.
What's your point, though, bro?
What I'm saying is, I guarantee you this: if all black people took their money and just invested their money only into black people, they should have started collapsing.
In a very great world,
it would automatic start going under. So then and that was the thing about I found out back in Black Wall Street, when at Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, everybody was fucking with us. Everybody wanted to do business with us. We had who we didn't want to do business with was the Rockefellers. Mm-hmm. We didn't like anything about them. We felt as though they were shiesty. They didn't like that shit. They like, man, y'all want to do business with it was the Rockefeller, I think, and the J.P. Morgans. They like, man, we don't like that shit or whatever it is. So what they did is they sent motherfuckers out there who look like us, act like us, walk like us, talk like us, to go out there and one of them, matter of fact, was W.E. Du Bois.
Yes.
Went out there, man, get favor with them, man, laugh, giggle with them. They showed them everything that they had. He went back, gave them the information, what's going on over there. I believe it was 2 weeks max later, bombs started coming over there. Yeah. They blew the whole motherfucking town up because you know what we had? We had oil, bro. We had oil over there. We had all that shit. So what I'm saying is this. That's our problem now. They know they can get black people off their pockets. Yeah. If black people all just fuck with each other, them motherfuckers, just like how it was back once upon a time, they'd be coming at our door asking us, how can we do business with you?
That's the problem.
We got to get to that point. It has to be a mindset. We have to get to that point, but we so stuck in I got to get before you.
I got to get mine.
I can't show you how to get on because then you might plateau before me. As opposed to we all put it out there, we all going to eat, we all going to thrive, we all going to flourish.
So let me ask you this. So on this podcast,
we got the doggy dog world.
Podcasts, we always talked about what we don't do with black people. It's like, man, we do this, we be fucking up. So I want to just put this out here right now, and I'll start off with you. Going off what he said, what could you do to flip that switch of being helpful to black people? What could you do yourself?
Well, what do you see good?
Well, what do you see good in black people of you wanting to do that?
Well, I'll tell you this. I think we need to get more financial literate. Like
financial literacy.
Our literacy is horrible.
Okay.
It's horrible. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Before, I was so happy with Bitcoin, it made everybody invest. Nobody, like, I know how many people my age was not investing, or they were like, I got a 401k, that's good enough. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Like, I got a 401k, I got a pension. I don't need to look at no stocks. When they saw that money come in with Bitcoin, I've never seen so many people go ahead and get a Robinhood account. Just to have it, it was something to get involved, to show, oh, this is how you make money. Like I was telling some people, I was like, yeah, you can borrow against your portfolio. And people were like, what? Like, yeah, it's better than your 401k. Your 401k is trash. You borrow against your portfolio, you pay yourself back, there's no interest. And there's no tax. You borrow against your 401k, it hitting you with this.
That's even what our whole entire life is.
But nobody's going to know. For everybody that's watching this video, now they get to see exactly what he said, because this is going to come across 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people going to be like, let me rewind back what he just said, because that's something that a lot of people, I knew about it because somebody told me about it. But now you able to tell people what it is. You got to be willing to put it out there.
Sometimes, like I just said, we want to hold on to stuff like it's ours. It's not.
It's not.
Knowledge truly is power. I know it's cliche, but it truly is.
Most definitely.
And we lack a lot of that.
I had a European guy. I was in Santo Domingo. Flew into Miami. He was a millionaire. And he taught me how to get rich with foreign currency. And you know what he said, Shante? Do me a favor. I don't want you to make it sound like a bad way, but don't tell too many of your people, okay? Have a good day.
And what people do?
What people do? You're right. They not sharing.
But I didn't, though. I went and told people about
if we
the
get
currency.
To that point, it'll look just
like
this.
Yeah. He goes like that. That's good. I told a lot of people about it, and when that time comes, it's gonna be like, man. But back to
what if you put that knowledge out there, that's on me. That's on their person.
Used to scamming, but everybody don't scam. But it's engraved in our mind that you scamming me. No, I'm actually trying to help you. Like what he just said, I can guarantee you, we go get about 20, 30,000 views, and somebody's gonna say
it's a scam.
It's a scam. What he talking about? Because if you get it from this way, it'll be that way.
Next year they're gonna be in the same predicament, in the same spot that they in.
But that really gonna be them paying people to come on your shit and say that shit. They actually pay people to come on there and be like, oh man, don't listen to this or don't do this or this bullshit or whatever it is, blah blah skip. Whole time you speaking real knowledge. So, but it also people first thing when they hear some knowledge like that, what you saying, they gonna go to the comments.
Yep.
They ain't
gonna
really
read.
Instead of researching what you said,
I'm gonna listen to what everybody.
I'm gonna research what he said.
I'm gonna look at the comments, see what everybody said.
And the comments is just everywhere.
So if the comments sway that way,
they gonna go that way.
Instead of researching
what he said about the
mind.
401k, and then what else you were saying about it?
I was just saying it. But get a portfolio.
Yeah.
Way better than 401k. 401k, like when you find out that the people at the bank that you, let's just say your 401k with, they're selling product.
Right.
Yeah.
Their job is to sell these certain products.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about these other products. You know what I mean? Because their job is they get commission off these products. So when they don't talk about that. People don't understand. Overdraft fees, they make billions off that.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
it's a business. Everything is the profit off you. So
and they taking their money.
And they taking the money.
They just took it last year. I think was it last year, 2 years ago, $10,000 Vanguard.
Yeah.
Took like 9 to 10K out of motherfuckers 401k. It just vanished.
Just took it. And then it was
that's why it
illegal.
fluctuates.
We ain't
Which
trying
is
to hear
illegal.
shit. But you gotta think about it, what you signed off of. It is legal. When you first sign that shit, when you start your 401k, you don't read all that shit.
Right.
You just go straight down,
Signature. So when you call it, the line's
Right.
tied up. And then when you call these motherfuckers all the way in India talking this type of language,
Because it be in the print. We just don't read it. If we don't take time to read.
Then I was like, ooh, I got 20K in my 401k. I'm gonna go grab it.
No,
you
you
can't. Let's just get this
you
penalty together,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
where's this hardship that says that I
You
should
gotta
give you
provide
back
all
your
these
money.
documentations.
Right.
And you better have all the documentation
You gotta
of this
have 'em all.
hardship. So basically,
Because you can't
take
get
my
past
money,
step one.
and I ain't giving you shit because you ain't got a real hardship.
And plus, they don't understand. Once you put your money's gone.
Yeah.
It's not legit there no more.
even
They
in
out
your
there
bank
making
account.
money.
And-
Even
yeah,
in your
I
bank
was gonna say
account.
that. What they
It's
moving
always
around.
gone. They here to make money off your money. They give you this 0.001%.
I was just showing Vance today. Yesterday we was just talking about that. I'm like, man, I got this amount of money in the bank. I was like, man, I have to do something else with this money. Now, granted, it's making about $180 to $200 a month, but the amount of money that I have in there, it should be making way more than that.
You know something that I like?
So I feel like I learned that a savings account is bullshit.
Yeah.
You gonna see 3 pennies in that motherfucker at the end of the year. So I took out all that money and put it in a match market account to where it's making like $200 a month. But I still feel like that money's really not in there. Right. Y'all taking all this money I got in,
and they're investing,
bringing it back, bringing it back.
Flipping it.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they want to get rid of the paper dollar.
Yeah.
And once it become all digital currency,
they're gonna be able to control
it. They're gonna wipe us out.
They're gonna control.
They're gonna be able to control you.
So it's like something that I actually got it. It was a Latino who put me on. It was 6 years ago. I started into a whole term life insurance, but I only got one. That's with my daughter. But I got a cash value whole term life insurance. This is something that a lot of people were able to get through college because their parents had whole term life insurance. We had a cash reward life insurance, but they do it when they born. I did it 6 years ago.
Can you tell people how to get it?
I get it a whole term life insurance.
Gerber
Because you
Life
got
got
term life insurance and whatever it is, a whole term life insurance, and $150 minimum is where you should start at. So by the time your child get 18, they may have $90,000 to $200,000. You know, I started 6 years ago. My daughter got $19,000. That if she have a plan when she turned 18, I can give her that money, and you only paying yourself back.
Right. Yep.
With 0% interest. It's called a whole term life insurance.
You get your own bank.
So it's like, and like the ish people, they do trust bonds. I'm not really into that. I don't really know too much about that, but that's what they do, trust bonds. I got put on with whole term life insurance. So that way when your kids get older and they 18 and they don't meet, like we was talking about college. To me, if it ain't medical, if it ain't engineering, if it ain't a law, it's worthless. It's fucking worthless. So when you say where you could start at or whatever, start with the youth. Fuck the adults. Just start with the youth. Start teaching the youth how to make money. You can make money just by getting a job, but teach them how to invest your money. What can you do with your money? Like the stocks. Yeah. Stocks is where it's at. I got an app called Bloom, and it's teaching me how to invest my money into stocks. That way, you got $5,000 in your bank account, you ain't earning shit from it. You could put $1,000 into stocks, and your shit could be going up and down, up, whatever it is. It's earning some type of money every day, something.
Well, that's just like Vance had got into decentralized tokens real heavy. Yeah. I'm talking about he was like a wizard at it, dude. Like he was like, bro, you go do this, you go grab the gas from here, you gonna do this. And honestly, we made a lot of money in like 2 years. We earned a lot of money off of that. But that was knowledge. Knowledge is key. And he wasn't selfish with it. Like he's like, hey, I'm on my way over to your house. We about to sit down. We about to do this. I'm downloading apps. I'm doing all of this. But the second I told somebody else about it,
it was a scam.
And I'm not making this up. We saw some real commas behind that, like no exaggerating. Like, but then there's people he showed me. He say, look, click on this. Dude got 3 million worth of Ethereum in there. Oh, this one got 7 million. Oh. So it's real, but we so blind to the fact that it's a scam and it's me and your color telling your color that's what it is, man. Yeah.
And then it just becomes a cycle.
And that's one thing I get to these young dudes. A lot of these younger guys, they own that shit.
Yeah, they get to the money right now.
I'm not finna go work for nobody. They sit in front of their computers, they screens.
They learn it.
I can say these young kids, they gonna be when you like I said about my son's age, if they get up a little older and be broke, that's on them. Because this new generation now, they get rich.
And you know what motherfuckers call them? You know what motherfuckers call them? Like me being in the construction field, they call the new generation mama's boys, weak motherfuckers. I'm like, bro, they ain't weak because they don't want to come do this back-breaking ass work. I'm like, do you see John? Do you see Jerry? Do you see the... Man, I know an electrician, man. This motherfucker a journeyman master. He a master journeyman. This motherfucker make about $70 an hour. I'm like, man, when I get young, I was making a joke. I said, when I get young, I want to be like you. You don't want to be like me. You're going to wake up in pain every single day you wake up. Your knees, your hips, your shoulders. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, God damn, I feel it. Damn.
And wants to live like
that, bro.
Who wants to live like that? You don't want to live like that. So I do give it to a lot of these young generations because they out here making money. Like
they
from the girls to the guys. Like my cousin, she learned how to do wig just watching her mama, and she goes everywhere and make money. Like she works for herself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these kids are starting young because they do. You watch your parent. Your parent don't work 50 plus years.
Ain't got shit to
show for it. You ain't got nothing to. If you ain't investing in real estate. You didn't invest in nothing. And that is one thing. Like I honestly had to give it to my mom because one thing my mother did with me, she set me down and showed me how to move. When my mother passed, it was stuff that my siblings didn't even know my mother had. Like my mother moved her money around and was into stuff that we, you know what I'm saying. She brought medallions. She brought building. Like she showed me how to do things. So like. Now me stepping in her shoes, like okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. I can do that. She
bought what for Pat?
My mother had medallions, like cab medallions, the number that's on the cab.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And what was the other one?
She had buildings.
Okay.
So is it safe to say now? Watch this. She said her parent taught her that. So her parent put her in a better financial situation to grow.
Right.
So I ain't saying blame your parents, but now while you having kids. Oh, put the blame on yourself if you don't sit up there and set the tone for them.
Right.
That's true.
Because you're right. I told my son, he's like, oh, Dad, man, you make 6 figures. No, I'm not telling you to go to that job. No, this is a back-breaking job. No. This is a job. You're working. Yes. I want you to have freedom when you at a place of business. And this is going to be your business. I've told my son, you either go work a job or create a job. What you want to do?
Yeah.
Which one you want to do? Y'all got the option to create a job now. Like these kids are awesome. They're not weak.
No.
They're some of the strongest. It's to the point where now, man, I'm not working for this. I'm not doing that. I'm not
media doing this. Their thing. I mean, from YouTube to the gamers, like
they making money. So I'm proud of it. But it goes back to say us older got people. Her mom was able to show her that, right? So you got to credit her mama for some of her financial information. Mm-hmm. Now, say if her mama wasn't right there, would you have a building? Would you have this? Would you be a renter? Would you be a homeowner? Would you have been bought $100,000 Cadillac with a 10% interest rate? No, your mama say, no, you better go buy that car from this, and you better hold off until you get that, and then you can be able to afford this. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of that, like my father, I watched my father, he made a decent amount of money, My father said, I'm never getting a car note. I never saw my father with a car note. Yeah. He was against that. Now, it could be some personal reasons. But he's told me that, hey, the reason why I want you a car note, that means you gotta go to work every day.
Yeah.
He say, with this, when I'm done, I'm done. I still got my car. But some of us is like, go to work. Go to work. Go to work. You see what I'm saying?
So speaking of going to work, let me close it off real quick. To close the topic.
Soft, bro. This number 2.
Remember we was talking about you guys was talking about how a person worked for a company for when a person retired, because people are not really working that long for companies no more. But when a person retires, they kind of like die. Like, let's talk about this, because you were saying something interesting, because you were talking about social work or something like that, and somebody else was talking about railroading, but it's kind of like common things and kind of like retirees. So I'd like to touch on that in closing.
Well, we both know people that's at work right now, like 6 of them been working at 50 years. I know 2 guys are going to die there. They're not going to retire. They have a pension, and they're married, so they get the pension and a half. They're just going to die there. That's just what they're going to do.
Why?
They don't want to give up the $200,000 they making every day doing 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. They don't know anything else.
And that was going to be my thing, because
that money ain't going with that hurt.
The field of like, I seen people that's in the social service field who were, working in, if you're working for DCFS or DHS, you done invested your time to this. So when that time is up and you're done, it's like, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have no value, and literally they died. Like, and it's not like they were sick. It's like they went to sleep and didn't wake up.
I know a few people.
So like their purpose was their job.
That's all they knew.
But you know what that's called though? That's called a generational curse.
Yeah.
That's what these kids is breaking now. They breaking the generational curse, and they being called everything except for what they really doing. That's the same thing with generational diets.
But that's why we gotta speak like.
You gotta look at it like this. They work 30 to 40, 30 plus years or whatever it is, and when they retire, a lot of them get sick or whatever, because your body is used to you going to work every single day. That's all they know. So guess what? The first thing they do when they retire, they sit on that fucking couch and watch fucking CNN all day. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
get
going.
They get a little part-time.
Walmart,
go to the library,
because they cannot sit at home. Like, I had a conversation with my supervisor. She's about to retire this year, and I said, "Oh, so you finally about to give it up? Like, what you gonna do?" And she's like, "Oh, I was thinking about it. Maybe I'll go to Walmart for what? House paid off, car paid off. Your kid is good. Like,
go travel.
You know what?
But she travels.
She
travels and she do everything. But she just was like, she cannot sit in the house, and she stated
she's afraid.
She said when her mother retired, she watched how her mother just went down after she. Because she didn't have nothing to do.
The goals ran out. The dreams ran out.
She done did everything. She
instead of going to work out.
And the dreams ran out. Like, when I already said myself, when I retire, I got a house set up over here. I'm going to have this set over here. Hey, my kids, I'll give my kids my whole structural plan. If something go wrong with me, I'm gone. I'm walking, talking, I'm moving, grooving. I'm not going to stop. The labor is over. The part of the labor is over. So you're going to go back into labor again? They had no plans. Their goal was where they was at for 30 years. That's all they knew. That's where all their friends came from. Yeah. That's where any structure that they had. You can't really
fault them, because that was like the thing at the time.
That was the thing at the time. The thing at the time was to have you built to be a robot.
Yeah.
To work every day. And if you didn't work, you was a loser.
Yeah.
Yep.
You tell, and some people still think that way. You tell somebody, "Oh man, I just started a new business." I'm like, "This bum." They still think that way.
Yeah.
And so you talk like the guys we used to work with. You ask them, "Yeah, man, you going to work?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna take a couple days off."
Lazy ass.
You ain't trying to make no money.
No, he's absolutely right.
You ain't trying to make no money.
I already made it.
And they would talk about you like you was a piece of shit.
You really did not.
Like you a piece of shit.
Listen, I had a guy. You know who he is. I was on a train one day. Now, normally at the railroad, it's 12 hours. That's a good day.
Yeah.
So during the time, it was like we could go home in 8 hours. He said, "What you want to do?" Man, I want to go home.
Right.
So the rumor was, man, this lazy ass motherfucker. I don't even know why he came to the railroad. That motherfucker lazy. He ain't even want to do the 12 hours. No. I just got a car. I want to go out and drive my car. I want to see my kids. I want to go cut the grass, Hell, I want to walk to the store. I want to do something because the money's already made already. You know what I'm saying? But he'd rather sit there. It's never enough.
And I think that's where we are programmed. We are programmed even when you make 6 figures, it's still not enough. I need something else. It's that mindset of like, you gotta have more. But then here's the question that everybody felt to ask themselves: the more you get, the more you're gonna want, right? So when do you stop that? Because eventually you can make all the money in the world, but if you're not happy, inner happiness, it don't mean nothing to you. Yeah. So you just gonna work just to work for what? Just to say you got that money, and then you got that money, you're gonna blow more money because you're making more money. So now you're more in debt.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of people that just like to see it there. Ain't doing nothing, ain't touching it. It's just there.
I know a guy that's
I know a lady that's like that now.
You get all the security in the world, but if you drop dead tonight, guess what? That security's just gonna be there for somebody to squab over and fight over.
I know a lady right now that I met through DCFS. That who's like a sister to me. She put me on with this lady. This lady retired and got hella money. When I say she got hella money, I mean when I graduated, she wrote me a good amount of check. Like she just give money away. And when
I was on 6th today, right down the street from old block, trying to get the boys on camera without even getting shot.